oh boy. I haven't been touching the Vic Mignogna situation because it's been well covered. Um, everybody from Yellow Flash, Ricada Law, Hero High. There's so many people covering this, and they're doing such a great job. But every once in a while, when I hear something, and oh my God, it just makes you laugh to the situation. But before we really start, hey, listen, some great weather out there is coming around the corner. And it's probably that time that you need to upgrade your wardrobe. What's the best way to upgrade your wardrobe? Is to come over to the Cuticast TV merchandise store at teespring.com. That's right, you can get some t-shirts. Hey, do you need a mug? Maybe you might have like a hot drink or a cold drink put in there. You need that to sit on your porch or hang out with the gang. Well, check it out. Everything's there, teespring.com. And don't forget, anything you buy there goes to help support this channel. Okay, folks? Well, getting back to this, let me tell you, since this started, how much insanity has happened with this whole situation. And from the start, I've said this and I keep saying facts and evidence. This whole thing with the Me Too movement and all that, you have situations where people are crying wolf where there isn't any wolf, and this harms people. And it harms those who have been actually sexually assaulted. Those who want to come forward that they've been raped, they've been sexually assaulted. They can't come forward because stupid people like this act the way they've been acting and causing this whole circus to come around. And that's what I say. A lot of the words you hear, like when I say diversity and the Me Too movement, all this has been weaponized for certain people out there, a certain group of people out there. They just want to do it just to what's that old saying that there are when they talk about the Joker, they say there are people in the world that just want to see the world burn, and that's what these people are. They just want to see the world burn because they don't really care about anyone. So getting back to this, and before I even really get into it, I want to thank. I'm Spanish, and my family, we're originally from Puerto Rico. And I want to thank to the Puerto Rico Comic-Con, who has just invited Vic to their new yearly Comic-Con, which is going to happen in Puerto Rico. And considering that Puerto Rico is still building from a major disaster of a hurricane that's happened there that has destroyed the infrastructure of the country, and they're trying to get back on their feet. And this is one way great to support the country, that basically Vic is going there, and the fans, I heard at Comic-Con he killed it. There were lines just to see Vic. Not there were lines in the other voice actors, but nothing compared to Vic Mignogna's lines on there. So we'll probably see a lot of people at the Puerto Rico Comic-Con. And that's going to be on May 17th to 19th at the PR Convention Center. And tickets are still available. And from what I've seen, there's going to be a lot of people there, too. A lot of other special guests there. You got Robin Lord Taylor, who plays the Penguin on the Gotham series. You got Yaya Han, which she goes to a lot of these on there. There's a lot more people coming. So that's pretty good to see that he's getting work back in this business, that people are finally looking at the situation and says, listen, we don't have facts and evidence, so we're not going to take away from this. And speaking of facts and evidence, this is where it gets a little weird with the Vic Mignogna case. Now, we've heard of the accusations that people have accused and said, that supposedly Funimation's had not one but two investigations. First investigation uncovered nothing. Second investigations, we didn't know nothing until now. I think some of this came from Ricada Law. This is starting to come out. There's another guy named Dragon Baez, I think I can never Baez on Twitter had this up, and Yellow Flash had this up this morning talking about this. And basically the way it sounds, and let me put it in this perspective, this is as far as the investigation. Funimation's based their information as for firing Vic under, if this is correct, under 3 parameters. The first one was basically somebody hanging out, I guess, with Vic outside the company. And we don't know what transpired, and maybe it was a joke or something like that that was happening on there. The second was a kiss that wasn't unwarranted, that was basically consensual. Now, here's the last part. This is the one I'm sitting here going, huh? Now, supposedly what had transpired was that Monica Rial had signed a jelly bean. I don't know what type of jelly bean or whatever it is, what flavor it was, what brand it was. Don't really care about that. All I know is she signed it, Vic took it, and supposedly he ate it and made an off-color joke about it. He says, "Oh, I ate Monica Rial," and I don't know if he spat it back out or whatever it was, but if that was taken as part of this, not that her hair was pulled, that she was grabbed, attacked, that she was upset on a jelly bean that she wrote her name on and an off-color joke that was made. Oh my God, I think Funimation's is in so deep, deep trouble. Now, we're just taking this as far as the situation. The big surprise is, you're watching this right now. I taped this yesterday on Thursday for air because we were going to be away on certain things on Friday into Saturday. So by the time you get this, by the time you're hearing this, probably everything has exploded. For what I've been told through Yellow Flash, what he said on his YouTube channel and a couple other people, that the papers are all going out on Friday. So that means the subpoenas and whatever, everything from the courts are going to be hitting everybody that's getting sued. And probably Twitter is going to crash tomorrow or today per se. And we'll see what happens on that. I'm going to be where I'm at. I'm going to be monitoring it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe might throw something up on Saturday. If not, Monday show. If anything major happens, we will discuss it then. And like I said, check out everybody else. That Umbrella Guy, Yellow Flash, Ricada Law, everybody that throws these up. Check them out. They'll have plenty of information. You know, if you're not a fan of Ricada Law, he does at least almost every other night. He does a live stream. So basically, he does talk about this. And it's going to be interesting on this case. I would just love to be a fly on the wall when this gets into a courtroom. And I'm thinking some of the suits are going to be, basically people are just going to settle outside the court, because if this is part of the stupidity of what's been going on, because this is making me think, and some of the things I've seen is that they just didn't like Vic, period. Maybe because of his religion. Lately there's been a whole, attack on Christianity, the Catholics. You're hearing about the fire over in Paris. That's still in question mark of what happened to that. But the thing about it is, there have been other churches that have been desecrated recently. In fact, right here in New York City, some guy walked into St. Patrick's Cathedral with 2 canisters of gas, 2 canisters of lighter fluid, and some of those long lighters. And he was saying he was just cutting across to fill his gas car, to fill his car. It was out of gas, which basically that's a little testy in itself. But read it up. It's in today's yesterday's New York Times on Thursday. But nevertheless, if they're attacking Vic because of his religion, what his beliefs are, that he's such a nice guy, that basically, this is not unheard of. This is not unheard of. Because I've had situations like this happen to myself in companies that I've worked in, where I've been the person who does their job, works hard, and a lot of other people don't like what I did. My wife went through the same thing because she worked for the same company as I did. That people get jealous of the way your work habits are. That you don't cow tip to what they do. They don't care, and they're wondering why you're making more money than they are, or basically why you're getting all the jobs, why you're getting all the fame and everything that goes with it. So, comment below, please do, because hearing this from my end, and like I said, I don't spend too much time with the Vic Mignogna case, but I'm for Vic. I hope he gets the due justice that he deserves of this whole situation, because as you read this further and further, as I say, going down the rabbit hole, the further you go down the rabbit hole, the crazier it continues to be. And you just have to say to yourself, this has got to stop. And I haven't injected myself into the Twitter yelling ad where everybody's yelling at each other on Twitter and stuff like that. Because number one, I don't have the staff to do that to begin with anyway. We're trying to push a new programming, but reading some of the stuff is how, these people just live on Twitter daily. I try to be on there because I'm on Twitter, I'm on Minds, and I'm on Gab. And I spend a lot of time on Minds because I get a lot of interaction in the Minds on there. And it's not that bad on Minds. I mean, you get a couple in here and there. And then, of course, I do get a lot more comments on YouTube itself, which, sorry that I was late getting back to everybody on YouTube. Thanks for the comments on there as well. I think I got everybody. There's probably a couple more I need to speak with, but we'll get to them ASAP. But like I said, do comment below about this, on how ridiculous this is. Don't forget, we're on Minds and Gab.com to check us out there. There's going to be probably one more story today. That'll be in our 5 o'clock hour. And basically, that one's going to be a real short one. That's going to be it's going to be another Disney cancellation. And looks like they're starting to grab up everything Marvel as far as that and put it, aside while they try to rebuild everything that they can. So we'll check you out on the rebound. If not, we'll be back on Monday, obviously. So until 5, we'll see you then. Check us out later.